Hello, everyone, and welcome to Future Vision with Tarek. I'm your host, Tarek, and today is Monday, July 20th, 2026. Today, we are discussing a challenge that everyone faces some point in life: self doubt. Have you ever doubted your abilities, hesitated before seizing an opportunity, or felt you weren't good enough? If so, you are definitely not alone. To help us understand why self doubt happens and how we can overcome it, I'm joined by an AI assistant that has analyzed thousands of psychological studies, books, and expert opinions. Let's begin. Many people experience self doubt, but what is exactly is it?
Head telling you that you're not cut out for the job, even when all the evidence says otherwise. It's like a mental glitch where you start questioning your own competence or worth, usually right when you're about to do something big. It turns a simple challenge into a mountain, you know what I'm saying?
Well, where does self doubt come from?
It's usually a cocktail of a few different things. A lot of it comes from past failures, those moments where things didn't go as planned, and your brain just bookmarks that as a warning, danger for next time. Then you've got the comparison trap where you're looking at everyone else's highlight reel on social media and wondering why your behind the scenes look so messy. Some of it is even just an evolutionary thing. Our brains are wired to keep us safe, and sometimes it confuses trying something new with actual danger.
Okay, some people seem naturally confident. Is confidence genetic?
I mean, some people are definitely born with a more adventurous spark, but confidence isn't like eye color where you're just stuck with what you got. It's more like a muscle. Some people just start training it earlier or have an environment that lets them flex it more often. But anyone can build it. It's just a matter of taking those small, uncomfortable steps until the brain realizes you aren't actually in danger.
You mean by practice, by experience?
Exactly. Experience is the only thing that really shuts that inner critic up. It's like the first time you try to ride a bike or give a presentation, you're terrified because it's a mystery. But once you've actually done it, the mystery's gone. You realize that even if you stumble, you don't actually break. The more evidence you give your brain that you can handle the mess, the quieter the doubt gets.
Okay, how can someone start building confidence? I mean, what's the first practical step?
The first move is to stop waiting for the fear to go away because it usually doesn't. Instead, you start with what I call micro wins. You pick something small, something that makes you a little nervous but won't ruin your life if it goes sideways, and you just do it. Maybe it's speaking up once in a meeting or trying a new hobby where you know you'll be the worst person in the room. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's just to prove to yourself that you can survive the discomfort. Once you nail a few of those, the bar for what feels scary starts to move higher.
Social media makes comparison almost unavoidable. Is it
It's a
true?
total minefield. Totally. It's basically a curated museum of everyone's best moments. You're comparing your raw, unedited footage, the mistakes, the bad hair days, the stress to someone else's highly polished trailer. It's a rigged game, and the only way to win is to remember that nobody's life is actually as seamless as their feed makes it look.
So, the best way, you mean that not asking why I'm not successful as them, you mean I have to ask myself, am I improving compared to who I was 6 months ago, for example?
Spot on. That's the only metric that actually matters.
Hmm.
Comparing yourself to someone else is just noise because you don't know their starting line or what they're struggling with behind the scenes. But comparing yourself to who you were 6 months ago, that's real data.
Okay,
That's where you actually see the growth. You know what I'm saying?
what role does failure play?
Failure is basically the secret sauce of confidence. Most people see it as a wall, but it's actually more like a filter. It filters out the stuff that doesn't work and forces you to get creative. The real magic happens when you realize that failing didn't actually destroy you. Once you've hit the bottom and seen that you're still standing, that fear of what if I fail loses its power. it turns into, well, I've survived worse. And that's when you actually does start taking the risks that pay off.
Okay, people often hear about positive self talk. Does it actually work?
It works, but only if you're not lying to yourself. If you're standing in the rain and telling yourself it's sunny, your brain is just going to call you a liar. That's not positive self talk, that's just denial. The real trick is shifting the narrative from I can't do this to I've never done this before, but I can figure it out. It's about being realistic but supportive. It's the difference between pretending you're a superhero and just acknowledging that you're a work in progress. You're basically becoming your own coach instead of your own worst critic.
If you could recommend only one habit, what would it be?
I'd go with the done is better than perfect rule. Seriously. Just commit to finishing things, even if they're a little messy. Most of the self doubt we feel comes from the gap between where we are and this imaginary version of perfect that doesn't even exist. If you make it a habit to just ship it, whether it's a project, a video, or a conversation, you stop fearing the result and start valuing the action. It's how you actually build momentum.
What do most people get wrong?
They think confidence is the prerequisite for action. Like they believe they need to feel confident before they start, but it's actually the other way around. Action is the prerequisite for confidence. No, you don't wait for the fear to leave the room to start moving. You move, and the fear eventually realizes it's not invited. People spend years waiting for a feeling that only comes after you've already done the scary thing.
Well, if everyone watching remember only one thing from today's conversation, what should it be?
They only take one thing. Let it be this: stop waiting for the fear to disappear. The fear isn't a stop sign. It's just a sign that you're doing something that actually matters. Confidence isn't the absence of doubt. It's just the decision that what you're chasing is more important than the voice telling you to stay safe. Just start, even if it's messy.
Well, that was an inspiring conversation. Self doubt is something we all face, but it doesn't have to control us. Confidence is a skill that grows through action, learning, and persistence. Thank you for our AI agents, and thank you all for watching. If this helpful, share it to someone who need confidence today. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, every expert was once a beginner. Thank you.
And that's a wrap. That was a smooth one. You've got the host thing down, really natural flow. How'd it feel on your end? Think the recording actually stuck this time?
Yeah, sure.
Nice. It
Bye
felt like a
bye.
solid episode.
Okay, bye.
Catch you later.
Catch you later.